Good afternoon. Okay, go over there. Tip. There we go. Sorry, trying to get my tripod out of the way. I got so much stuff around. Tiny apartment problems. Just don't have space for anything. I hope you are all doing well. If you've never seen me before, hi, I'm Tereney. I'll probably be doing the spiel again, so if you're watching this after the live stream, I'll be sure to include a timestamp in the description so that you can just skip all of me rambling. Unless you want to hear that, totally up to you. But I'm just working to get everything else situated. I have a couple more things to set up, but I do want to give you guys a heads up on the music that you may be able to hear in the background. Also, let me know if you cannot hear it, or if it does cause any problems between hearing the music and hearing me at the same time. It's just playing from my TV, so it's just kind of around. But excuse me. Let me grab the link for that real quick. It's actually another YouTube account called Meditative Mind, and it's one of my favorite pages on this thing. It's just a whole library of ambient sounds at different hertz levels, and it's all so beautiful. And you know, if you're into the whole healing sound thing, it's gonna be right up your alley. You could get lost on their page just with how many different things that they have in playlists, and even just the singular videos. Like this one here is 3.5 hours long of just hang drum music, and it is beautiful. That's the page. If I could spell. And then the actual link for the song that we're using today, it is, yes, excuse me, there's the throat chakra healing music at, where'd it go? Yes, healing hang drum music. Hey, I knew you were gonna play. But the throat chakra, and forgive me because I'm not like super well versed on all of the chakras and all of the things that they represent and the things that they mean, but this one is important to me because for, what was it? It was during yoga teacher training. We had somebody that was an energy reader come in and, you know, give us a whole lot of information about subtle energy and, you know, reading all of that stuff and, you know, introducing us to the chakras and what they all mean for us and what it means for them to all be balanced. And when it got to my turn for her to kind of do a little mini reading on us, my throat chakra was the one that was the most closed, I guess is the best word for it. It was giving the most feedback as far as I was having trouble with speaking my truth. And I'm going to already get emotional, but that was back in 2015. It is 2020 now. And for the first time ever since knowing that that's what was going on with me, I have felt like that tightness that I used to always feel in my throat has dissipated. It comes back every now and again just because there may be something going on that I haven't really spoken about. But the thing that was really holding me back was just telling the truth about who I am and accepting and embracing who I am. And I think it was when I decided that I was tired of living in the closet, I felt so much better. Like, you know how if we talk about having a weight on our shoulders or just heaviness anywhere, my heaviness was sitting here, which then dissipated out to the rest and down into the belly and down into everywhere else. And it's just a whole mess. But once I was able to free those those thoughts, those feelings, like free my voice, I felt so much lighter. And I still do. I still feel a lot lighter. And it's become easier for me to vocalize the things that are on my mind and my heart rather than keeping them in. I used to do that a lot. Would suppress so many things from within, and it was a detriment to my own physical, mental wellness. And that's a big reason why yoga is so important to me, because it does help me process things better than I was before and figure out a way to solve these issues as they come along in a healthier way, rather than just holding things in and just thinking that it'll get better eventually. It doesn't. That's not true for everybody. That might be true for some people. It's not true for everybody. And given what's going on in our current political, social, whatever climate, I feel like there's a lot of truth and voices that have not been heard. And it's not because we're not speaking. Many of us have been screaming at the top of our lungs for decades, centuries. And now it feels like we're finally being heard. And that's kind of what I wanted to focus on today, is releasing, or be at least not even releasing, our own truth from within our own voices, but acknowledging that the voice is there first. Know that you have that inner voice that can speak for you and is proud to speak for you and is strong and deserves to be heard. And when you're ready, then use that voice to say what you need to say. Get that out there to the world. Get that off of yourself so that you can start to heal. We have a lot of healing that we need to do in this country, this world, this planet, this universe, this galaxy, all of it. Because I feel like we have done a lot of damage all around us. Anything that a human has touched, we've probably messed it up. But it starts with those of us that have been silent too long to open up our mouths and let our voices be heard. And that's honestly for anybody. So regardless of where you stand on any of these current issues, speak up so we know exactly where your mind is and what's going on within your heart, because that's important to know so that we can assess how much work needs to be done in this country. We know it's a lot. We know it's a lot. But there are plenty of people that have been quiet for too long that are just kind of flying under the radar and just coasting by, not really feeling the consequences of their deepest, truest feelings and actions and thoughts and all that stuff. And that's dangerous. And that's why we're in the predicament we're in now, is because too many people have been silent for too long. And we need to let that go. Get that tightness out. Because if you ever notice, when you get upset, if you get upset and the first thing to get hot on you is your throat, you're repressing things. You're not repressing, you're suppressing something. And your anger is here because you need to speak out. And once you do speak out, it almost feels like there's fire that you're breathing, right? And once the fire starts to cool down, you feel better for getting that out, even though you're probably, full of adrenaline and shaking in a little bit. But the freedom that you get from speaking your truth, it's unreal. It's absolutely unreal. But I ramble. And today's flow is, I'm still going to keep it very accessible, very gentle, very slow, very chill. However, do not be fooled by the fact that if we're moving slow, it means it's easier. It's not. Holding poses for a longer period of time at a slower pace is definitely extremely challenging. So if you feel like you need to come out of a pose at any point, please do so. If you need to take a rest, take a rest. If you want to get into your meditation early, go for that. That is totally fine. Do what works best for you. Listen to what's going on within your own body. Aside from you being able to speak your truth, you need to feel your truth too. So if your body is saying to you, hey, look, I don't like this. Can you stop and do something else? Do that. Honor that. Respect that. And then move on to something else. If it doesn't work for you, there's no shame in that. Absolutely not. You don't have to do every single pose the way that it's supposed to look. It's supposed to be the pose is supposed to be tailored for your body. And so I will give plenty of options. If any of those options don't work, that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with you. You just take the practice where you are and we'll go with the rest. That's it. We'll probably get started in another couple minutes. Wanted to give it till at least 12:05. I need to find my watch so that I'm not staring at my phone the entire time. So give me 1 second while I clunk around and find my watch. Found it. Oh, yes. And as far as donations are concerned, I'm still accepting donations. They are still going to Campaign Zero. And I will put my Cash App code here in the chat. I'm thinking about moving things to Zelle, but we'll see. I just know this one was easier for me to access my code from. I probably should have labeled that. But anyway, any donation is welcome. Just a quick update. I did sincerely try, I don't know how many times, to donate our first week of class donations to the Pimento Relief Fund, but for whatever reason, I could not get it to work. So I'm just going to pool all of that money along with whatever else is raised now or in the future to Campaign Zero. I don't know what's going on with the Pimento Relief Fund website, but every time I tried, it was saying that it couldn't work, and I don't know what it was, but I gave a very valiant effort for a couple weeks here. So I tried. I really wanted to, but we'll just shift the funds to somewhere else. There's no shortage of places that I know this money could go and actually be of good use. So yeah. All right, it is 12:05. I'm going to stop rambling and get started. And today I wanted us to get started laying on our backs. So if you go to your mat, if you aren't already there, lay down, feet stretched out to the top of your mat, and your head towards the back of your mat. Allow your ankles and your heels to stretch out to the corners of your mat. Your arms out into a low V or a T, stretched out wide with your palms facing up. Deep breath in, fill up the lungs through the nose. Open your mouth, exhale. Deep inhale through the nose, fill up your lungs. Open the mouth, exhale. One more full breath in through the nose. Open your lips, exhale. Inhale through the nose. Keep your lips closed, exhale through the nose. If you would like to practice the Ujjayi breath, inhale with a slight constriction to the back of your throat. exhale in the same manner. This breath helps us build that internal fire, generating heat from within our own body. It also works as our own personal metronome. Think of your practice as a song. Every song has a beat, a hard pulse for the song to follow. So within your practice, that beat, that pulse is your breath. Let it permeate through your body. Feel the beat through your fingertips, the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. Even synchronize it with your heartbeat. If you can feel the beat of your heart, set your breath to a 4 count of your heartbeat. If you can't feel your heartbeat, you are welcome to take your 2 peace fingers right to that artery in your throat to feel your pulse, or take the one to your wrist. Feel the rhythm. And set your breath to it. So if your heart rate is a little quick at the moment, take more than 4 counts. Make it 8, 6, whatever works for you, to still get a full breath in and a full breath out. Relax your muscles. So if you're using your pulse as your beat, your metronome, you can stay. But if you are not, just allow your body to melt into the ground. Even if you are using your pulse, still let the rest of the body relax and let the only muscles at work be the ones that hold your arms up or hold your hand up to your throat. Sink in. Allow your beat to pulse into the ground below. Connect with the earth. Let it feel you while you immerse yourself into it. This is what connects us all. The land that supports us, the ground that we walk on, the earth that provides us with the life and sustenance. If you ever get the chance to go outside and either lay on the ground or sit on the ground, or just bury your feet into the ground, completely barefoot, no socks, no shoes, just skin to earth contact. Pause. Be still in the moment. Feel your pulse, connecting with the pulse of the earth. Find comfort in it and let it radiate up your body, all the way into your throat. Notice if you feel a tightness. If there is a tightness, do not fear that tightness. Embrace it and let it know that yes, you are there to protect me when I am feeling like it is too dangerous for me to speak or be honest or let my truth be heard. But it is okay for me to use my voice, to release this, whether it's into the earth or out into the air. Allow that tightness to disappear. And if it doesn't quickly disappear, let it dissipate. Slowly, letting the fog lift, letting that stronghold gently release. Take your own time. Keep in your mind that there are plenty of us that have lived a life and never allowed our truth to be heard. And that opportunity was taken away from us. Do not let that happen. Don't let someone else take your opportunity to be your true, honest self or to speak your mind, your heart into the world. Gently start to reintroduce movement into your body by wiggling your toes and wiggle your fingers. Gradually make the movements bigger. Open and close your hands, roll your wrists, roll your ankles. Reach your arms overhead, draw your ankles towards each other. Stretch from your fingertips to your toes. Full body stretch. Exhale, bring your right knee in towards your chest. Interlace your fingers on top of the shin and pull your knee in towards the belly. Deep breath in. Squeeze in a little tighter. Exhale, pull your left hip down towards the ground. Stay here, holding your knee in. Use the strength of your arms and your hands to hold this position. Squeeze in tight. Inhale, stretch your left arm out long into a T. Keep your right hand onto your knee. Exhale, open up your knee to the right. If you have something like a block to the side of you that you would like to support your leg with, we're welcome to bring the block in to support underneath your knee, your ankle, or your shin. But breathe into your inner right thigh. Feel it open and expand. Inhale, brings your knee back in towards the middle. Exhale, take your left hand on top of the shin, right arm out into a T or a cactus if you do not have the space. One more deep breath in to pull the knee in towards the chest. Exhale, use the strength of your left hand to send your knee over to the left. Roll your right hip up. And keep your right shoulder connected to the mat. Just a gentle spinal twist. Allow your foot to tap onto the ground. If your knee does not make it all the way down, you can also have a block underneath for support. And lay your left hand on top of your thigh for a little extra twist. Inhale to fill up the lungs. Exhale, twist a little deeper. For an extra neck stretch, turn your chin towards your right shoulder. Full spinal twist. Inhale, bring your knee back in towards the center. Take both hands on top of the shin, squeeze in. Exhale, pull in even deeper. Inhale, release your grip and press your right foot up towards the ceiling. Straighten out the leg and interlace your fingers behind your thigh. Deep breath in. Press your hands into the back of your thigh, but also press your thigh into the basket that your hands create. Full resistance. So feel your core tighten. Feel the glutes tighten. Flex your toes towards your face. Squeeze and press. One more deep breath in. Exhale, let go of the tightness in your leg and squeeze your arms in towards the body. Pull your thigh towards the belly. You can have a slight bend in the knee if there is any tension or tightness in your hamstring. Deep breath in. Exhale, bend the knee. Plant the foot down to the ground. Take the arms out to a low V and windshield wiper the knee side to side. Stretch your right leg out long. Deep breath in. Full exhale. Inhale, draw your left knee in towards the chest. Interlace the fingers right on top of your shin and squeeze in towards your chest. Feel the strength of your arms. Pull the knee down a little deeper. Deep breath in. Relax your shoulders. Soften your jaw. Exhale, press your right hip down into the mat. Inhale, take your right arm out to a T. Exhale, open up your left knee to the left. Use your hand to guide it over. And use your block to support if you would like. Keep your right hip connected to the mat. You can use your right hand as a little reminder right on top of the hip or on top of their thigh. Excuse me. Inhale brings you back in towards the center. Switch your grip. Right hand on top of the left shin, left arm out into a long T. A deep breath in to pull your right knee or left knee in. And exhale, roll your left hip up. Pull the knee over to the right side. Keep your left shoulder connected to the mat and your arm out into the long T. Palm can be up or down. Again, you can use your block underneath your knee, your shin, or your ankle for support. Inhale, just a smidge out of the twist. Deep breath. Exhale, twist a little deeper. For the extra neck stretch, you can turn your chin towards your left shoulder. Inhale brings you back in towards the center. Interlace your fingers on top of the shin and squeeze in towards the chest. One more time. Deep breath in. Exhale, release your shoulders. Inhale, release your grip and straighten out the leg. Press the foot up to the ceiling and interlace your fingers behind the thigh. Press the hands into the thigh, press the thigh into the hands, squeeze from your core. Find that resistance, almost like you're wanting your leg to break through the basket of your hands. Squeeze, 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 stay engaged. One more deep breath in. Exhale, release the engagement of your leg and pull your thigh closer towards the body. Little micro bend in the knee to help with any tension in your hamstrings. Keep the core engagement. And exhale, pull the leg a little closer to the body. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, bend the knee, plant the foot down to the ground, release your grip. Exhale, take the arms out wide and windshield wiper your left knee side to side. Inhale, bring both knees in towards the chest. Wrap your arms either underneath the thighs or on top of the shins. Exhale, pull your forehead up to the knees, curl up as tightly as you can. Inhale, lay the shoulders back down. Exhale fully. Inhale to grab onto your shins with your hands or onto the back of your knees and start to rock back and forth, up and down the spine. Feel this massage first before you come up to a comfortable seat. So rock back and forth. 2 to 3 more times. Feel your core start to engage. And then one last time, come all the way up to a comfortable seat. If you would like to sit on a block or a pillow to lift your hips, you are welcome to do so to take some pressure off of your knees. Rest your hands on top of your knees. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, tip the head back. Pull your chin up towards the ceiling. Pull the sternum up and forward. Stretch through the throat. Keep your shoulders stacked over your hips. Spine long. Navel pulls in towards the spine, just a touch to keep that belly engagement, to keep your spine long. But send your breath into your throat. Expand that space. Open up this space. Feel the vulnerability. Back bends and heart openers and throat openers are things that we tend to shy away from because it makes us vulnerable. We tend to hunch in to protect our heart, protect our organs, to protect ourselves. But when we open things up, we allow ourselves to be open to everything. And learning to accept that there is safety in being open is a big task. Inhale, bring the head back up to center. Exhale, tuck the chin and look down towards your lap. Still keep the shoulders stacked over your hips. And let the only thing to move be your head and your neck. If you would like to get a little more out of the stretch, interlace your fingers behind your head, right at the nape of your neck. And just allow your arms to be heavy. No need to pull. Just let your arms be an extra weight. Keep your chest lifted. Inhale, release your grip and bring the head back up to center. Exhale, let your right ear fall towards your right shoulder. Keep the shoulders down and away from your ears and let your head fall in that direction. If you would like to make more of the stretch, take your left hand out and tent your fingertips towards the ground. Stretching out this whole space from your ear, through your neck, down into your shoulder. Again, stay upright and long. Core still firmly engaged, but with enough softness that you're not feeling like you're working the entire time. Inhale, bring your head back up to center. Exhale, take your hand back to your lap. Inhale, lengthen your spine through the crown of your head. Exhale, lower your left ear down towards your left shoulder. Staying here and taking the extra stretch with the right arm out. Tent your fingertips out to the side. And feel the stretch through the entirety of the neck and into the shoulder. Inhale, bring your head back up to center. Palms come back, or hands come back to your lap. Exhale, let your shoulders relax away from your ears. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, turn your chin towards your right shoulder, looking over to the right side of your mat. You can also keep your eyes closed here. But again, keep the chest pulling up and forward, open through your shoulders. Squeeze the shoulder blades together just slightly. Deep breath in, fill up the lungs. Exhale, turn your chin back to the center. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lift the sternum. Exhale, turn your chin towards your left shoulder. Squeeze the shoulder blades gently together. Stay long in the spine. Soften your jaw. Relax your shoulders away from your neck. Inhale, bring your head back to center. Exhale fully. Inhale, sweep both arms up to the ceiling. Fingertips touch at the top. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up one more time. Exhale, lower your right hand down to the ground. Stretch your left hand over to the right side of your mat. Keep your hips grounded and stretch through your left side body. Keep your head heavy or look up towards the ceiling. Option to keep your eyes closed if you would like to feel this a little bit more within. Listening into your body, noticing the places that are speaking to you the most. Inhale brings you back up to center. Right arm follows. Exhale, lower your left hand down to the ground. Stretch your right hand over to the left. Keep your hips grounded and stretch your ribs away from your right hip. Let your head be heavy or turn your gaze up towards the ceiling. Inhale, come back to center. Spring the left arm up. Exhale, bring hands down to heart center. Continue to let them fall down towards the ground. Hands to the mat. Walk them forward to come to a forward fold with your legs crossed. So your hips stay melted down towards the ground. You could use your block to bring your hands to a block for a little bit more elevation. Elbows can come to the block. Or forehead to the block while your arms stretch overhead. Or bring the forehead all the way down to the mat. And allow your shoulders to relax. Your neck to relax. Soften your jaw. And release any tension in your third eye, right between your eyebrows. Take notice of any areas of your body that are feeling tightness. Not necessarily just the places that we're stretching, but anywhere else that is holding on to tension. It could be very subtle. But tightness is tightness, and we will always be able to feel it. If we tune in hard enough, you'll notice areas of your body that were holding tension subconsciously. You weren't fully aware, but it was working and holding on and staying strong and feeling all of that tension. Tune into those deep spaces. Let them go. Inhale, bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Press your way back up to a comfortable seat. Exhale to let your shoulders soften. Inhale, take your hands to the mat. Come into a tabletop position. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Spread your fingertips wide. Knees as wide as your hips. Hands as wide as your shoulders. Inhale, stretch your right leg straight back. Toes point down. Heel is extended. Pull in from your navel. Inhale, press into the hands. Exhale to hold here. One more deep breath in. Exhale, cross your leg over your left. Right leg over your left, and let the toes lower down. Stay here and feel the stretch through your right side body, starting from your hip into your ribs, or from your hip into your IT bands, in your the side of your thigh. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, bring the leg back up to center. You can have your toes down if you would like. Exhale, sweep the leg over to the right. Plant the foot down to the side. Stay here. Press into the hands. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze in from the navel. Inhale, tuck your left toes. Exhale, walk your hands back towards your knee and come up, hands to the waist. Sitting or standing high onto your knee. Inhale, sweep the left arm up. Exhale, slide your right hand down your right thigh and stretch over to the right. Deep breath in. Full exhale, sink in a little deeper. Inhale brings you back up to center. Exhale, take your left hand to cup your left knee, or left shin. Heel. Sit your hips down towards your heel and stretch the right arm up. Press the hips forward and reach your fingertips towards the back of your mat. Lift from the sternum. Tip the head back to open up your heart, open up your throat. Inhale, use your core to come back up. Exhale, bring the hands back down to the mat. Bring your right knee back in and come back to tabletop. Inhale, scoop the belly down towards the mat. Tailbone pulls up to the ceiling. Look up towards the ceiling for cow pose. Exhale, press into the hands. Tuck the tailbone. Tuck the chin around the spine for cat pose. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Exhale, squeeze in from your navel. Inhale, kick your left leg straight back. Toes point down. Extend through your heels. Exhale to hold. One more deep breath in. Exhale, cross your left leg over your right and lower the toes down to the ground. Feel the stretch through your side body or into your IT bands through the side of your thigh. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, lift the leg back up. Come back to center. Toes can be down. Exhale. Bring your leg over to the left. Plant the foot. Inhale, press into the hands. Pull in from the navel, from your belly. Exhale, tuck your right toes. Inhale, walk your hands towards your knee. Come up high onto your right knee and bring your hands to your waist. Exhale. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. Slide the left hand down the left leg and stretch over to your left side. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Slide in a little further. Inhale slowly brings you all the way back up. Exhale, sit the hips down towards your right heel. Cup your right heel with your hand. Inhale, stretch the left hand up and back. Press the hips up and forward. Open your heart, open your throat, and reach the fingertips back towards the back of your mat. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, slowly come all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands back down to the mat. Inhale, take the knee in to come back to your tabletop. Exhale to hold here. Inhale, lower the belly down towards the mat. Tailbone curls up to the ceiling for cow pose. Exhale, press into the hands, round the spine, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin for cat pose. Inhale, back to a neutral spine. Exhale, take the knees as wide as your mat. Toes come together. Sit the hips back towards your heels. Stretch your arms out overhead if you would like to use a block under your chest, under your forehead, or under your hands, or under your hips. The choice is yours on where you would like it to, or where you would like the most support. Bring the forehead down to whatever apparatus is there, the mat, the block. Stretch the arms overhead and let your hips melt down towards your heels. It's more beneficial to allow your hips to melt down to your heels rather than to get your forehead to touch the ground. So if your hips are still elevated quite a ways and you have something that you can use to support your head and your neck, bring it in and then allow your hips to sit back a little further. If you would prefer it under your chest, you can have it under your chest at whatever height gives you the most support to allow your hips to melt down towards the ground. Works best if you have two. So you can have one under the chest, one under the head, and allow the neck to soften, the shoulders to soften. And breathe. Send your breath into your tailbone. Feel your hips expand. With every exhale, they sink down towards the ground a little deeper. So if you need to adjust your props, adjust accordingly. There's no fault in adjusting what you need to adjust so that you can get the full benefit of the pose. And on your inhale, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, press your way up, come back to a tabletop position. If you have blocks on your mat, go move them to the side. Tuck the toes, full exhale. Inhale, lift the knees, straighten out the legs, and let the hips rise all the way to the ceiling. Downward facing dog, exhale. Let your heels sink down towards the ground. Inhale, spread your hands wide, fingertips wide. Press firmly into all 10 fingertips. Exhale, release your shoulders away from your ears and pull the navel in towards the spine. Inhale, look to your hands, shift your shoulders on top of your wrists. Adjust your feet however you need to come into your high plank. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Stay here. One more full breath in. Exhale, lower the knees down to the ground. Bend the elbows straight back. Squeeze them in tight towards the ribs as you lower the chest all the way to the mat. Inhale, gently press into the hands. Peel the chest up. Back bend. Open the heart. Open the throat for Cobra. Exhale, push the hips back. Come back to your knees. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees. Lift the hips all the way up. Downward facing dog. Inhale to bend your right knee. Press your left heel down to the mat. Exhale to switch. One more. Inhale. Bend the right knee. Exhale, switch. Inhale. Send both heels down towards the mat. Exhale. Pull the navel in towards the spine. Inhale, look to your hands, step or jump to the top of your mat, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, heel toe your feet apart. You can use a block underneath your face for a little extra stability. And a slight bend in the knees as much as you like. Inhale, tense your fingertips, half lift, or bring your hands to your shins. Look forward. Exhale, bring your hands back down to the block or to the mat, or take your elbow, or catch on to opposite elbows for ragdoll. Send your tailbone sky high. And exhale, bring your weight into the ball of your feet a little bit more, sending your hips forward rather than pushing them back. You can play with swaying them front and back to feel the difference in the pose, depending on where your weight is placed, whether it's oriented towards your heels, oriented towards your toes, or balanced between the heels and the toes. Soften your neck, soften your jaw, relax your shoulders. Allow gravity to send your spine down towards the ground, crown of the head super heavy. Inhale, release your grip. If you had grip onto your elbows, half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, sit the hips down all the way to the ground. Come to a seat. Move your block to the side if you like. Bring the soles of your feet together and take your knees wide. Sit bones rooted into the mat. And take your hands to your ankles. Inhale, lift the sternum forward, open your heart, tip your head back to open your throat. Exhale, lead with your heart to come down into a forward fold, and then around the spine, bring the forehead down towards the feet. For an extra stretch into your inner thighs, you can bring your elbows into your inside of your knees or the insides of your thighs. Press down and release the tension in your shoulders. Inhale, slowly rolls you all the way up. Exhale, take your hands underneath your knees, bring them together, and wrap the arms around your shins or underneath your thighs. Inhale to walk your toes back to find balance on your sit bones. Staying hugged in here, squeeze in from your navel and activate your core to find your balance. Stay here, or inhale, stretch out your legs so that your shins are parallel to the ground. You can stay hugged in, or hands to the backs of the knees, or stretch your fingertips towards your heels and hold here for 5, 4, stay steady with the breath, 3, 2, lengthen the spine, 1, stretch all the way out, but don't let your heels or your shoulders touch the ground, hover. 1 more deep breath in. Exhale, lay all the way down, arms out wide, feet out wide. Sink into the ground below. Deep breath in. Releasing breath out, open the lips. 1 more, inhale. Full exhale. Close the lips. Continue to breathe through the nostrils, inhale and exhale. And actively bring tension into your face. Squeeze your eyes closed. Furrow the brow. Pinch your lips together. Exhale. Release the tension in the face. Inhale. Clench your teeth together. Squeeze the jaw. Squeeze the neck. Exhale. Release. Let your tongue slip between the teeth and soften the neck. Inhale, bring the shoulders up towards the ears. Squeeze them in super tight. Clench the fists, squeeze the arms. Exhale, release your shoulders away from the ears. Open up the hands, relax the arms, relax your fingers. Inhale, squeeze the belly, squeeze the chest. Exhale, gently release. Inhale, squeeze the glutes, squeeze your hips. Exhale, release. Inhale, squeeze your quads, lift your kneecaps up towards your hips. Exhale, release. Inhale, flex your feet, squeeze the hamstrings. Exhale, release. Inhale, curl your toes, point your toes, and squeeze the calves. Exhale, release. Stay here. Melt it into the ground below. Come back to that rhythm if you lost it at any point through the practice. If it helps to have your peace fingers to your pulse, whether it's in your neck or your wrist, bring your peace fingers to your pulse and rekindle yourself with that rhythm. Slow down your breath. Match it with the rhythm of your heart. Take notice of any other places in your body that are holding any residual tension. Speak kindly to that space. Let it know, hi, I see you, I feel you, I acknowledge that you are there. I understand that you are working really hard, whether it's to protect me or to protect others. But it's okay to let go. There is always a way to let these words, let these feelings, let these thoughts out without causing harm to ourselves or harm to others. The work is in taking the time to understand what that expression is, and then find the best ways to release it out into the world or even to yourself. Sometimes that truth is a hard truth to accept. But when we show ourselves more love, more kindness, more honor, dignity, and respect, we're able to speak more kindly to and of ourselves. So if that truth is a hard truth, it won't be a detriment to the rest of our life or our livelihood. We can embrace that truth. Understand that it is just as much a part of us as all the good things. And if it's something we want to work at correcting or realigning, take your time. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. And in turn, we are able to reflect all of those things out into the rest of the world. The love and kindness we show to ourselves can be reciprocated out into the world and the people that we know and love, or even people that we don't even know. We are all fighting our own battles within. We all have our own ugly truths to accept and acknowledge and embrace. So allowing any ugliness to spew out from ourselves only brings us more tension. So if you feel your body tense up, even at the thought of these things, Deepen your breath. Soften the jaw. Start there. Relax your face. And soon the rest of the body starts to relax and melt. Holding things in will only cause more tension, more trauma. It will hurt to release, but don't think of it as a pain. Think of it as a human reaction. We are sentient beings. We are meant to feel. So holding back any of these feelings takes away your humanity. Embrace that. Allow yourself to feel. If you cry, you cry. If you scream, you scream. If you laugh, you laugh. Whatever it is, feel it fully. Let it out. Let it go. Start to deepen your breath. Long inhale through the nose. Long exhale through the nose. Take notice if you started to drift away. Come back into this space, back into your body. Start to reawaken the body by wiggling the toes and the fingers. Open and close your hands, roll your wrists, roll your ankles. Stretch your arms overhead, bring your ankles together. Take a full body stretch from fingertips to toes. And draw the knees in. Give yourself one more hug today. Show yourself some self-love, but don't let this be the last time you do. Gently roll over to your right side to come into the fetal position. Use your arm as a pillow and let your knees and your ankles rest to the ground. Come back to your breath here. Find stillness. Reconnect with the space around you. And settle back into stillness. Gently start to push your way back up to a comfortable seat. Sit bones rooted into the mat. Hands resting on top of the knees with your palms open. Shoulders relaxed and stacked on top of your hips. Long, open heart, open throat. A deep breath in. And a full breath out. Take this opportunity to wrap up any final thoughts, feelings, anything else that's residual. Make a mental note of it. Let it be something you might add to a journal that you keep so that you can come back to it later, especially if it is something that is heavy and a lot to deal with. Take your own time. Healing is not linear. It is a messy, tangled process. But if we are patient enough with ourselves and with our path, we will come out in the end feeling lighter, more loving of ourselves, more loving of others. And at peace. Inhale, sweep your arms up, fingertips to the sky, palms touch at the top. Exhale, bring your thumbs to heart center, tuck your chin, and we gently bow to give honor to each other. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I truly appreciate you allowing me to offer you this space. Oh, goodness, yeah. This is cool. We're international now. Thank you, Amit. That is very, very kind of you. I'm going to remember that in the future. Right now, my focus is a lot of what's going on in the States, and Central Time is where I live, and it works out best for a lot of folks. But man, thank you so much for joining in. I do truly appreciate it. That is awesome. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Again, I'm offering this every Monday at noon Central Time. So please feel free to join in. I will keep these. These are being recorded right now, so all of the playback will be available whenever you want. So if you are not able to join in every Monday at 12, join in anytime after that. The playback will be available. I will not take them down. They will be there for you to practice along with. And I'll be sure to, include any timestamps that are important for you guys to skip, the beginning portion, since that'll be mostly be me just kind of chatting. But yeah, thank you so much. I hope this brought some clarity to you. I know it did me. I shed a few tears. Sometimes that happens, and embrace it. Let it happen. But again, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. I will see you guys again on Monday, and have a great one. I don't know. I'm all blissed out now. Bye guys. Have a great day.